The crowd stays outside. You hear them clamoring at the windows. "Thank you for coming," she says. "I knew I could count on you."
Well, we like to help where we can. Now, please tell me, what exactly is going on?
There's been a raid. A gang of brigands, hobgoblins. They call themselves the Bloodreavers. They came by Winterhaven and some surrounding villages. They've captured a dozen people. From Winterhaven, they've taken Lord Padraig. They've taken Salvana. They've taken Delphina Moongem. They've taken Thair Coalstriker and Rond Kelfem. And in fact, I'm not talking in character right now, but in fact, Rhekd recognizes the name Thair Coalstriker as the name of his cousin.
Oh, noes!
That's right, they got the dwarven blacksmith.
No. This will not stand.
So now, this adventure, Rhekd is gonna be going, "Where's my cousin?" And we're just gonna be like, "I didn't kill him."
I think what would be more appropriate is that you see Rekoj's arm sticking out from the grave, giving the finger.
She goes on to say, "Not only that, but there seems to be grave robbery as well. 2 graves have been
crap.
unearthed. One was your companion's Rekoj, and the other was an unmarked grave that was formerly covered by some symbol."
Oh, Zaxzarrd.
Oh, I think I might know who was buried there. It's not important. What is important is that Rekoj was a good friend of mine, and although I'm not so concerned that his body might have been stolen, I am concerned that his best friend, that blacksmith, something Coalstriker, was taken. This will not stand. Do you know where we can find these Bloodreavers?
Well, a young tracker from a nearby village managed to follow them and the prisoners until they reached the trade road south of Thunderspire Mountain.
Wait, does anybody have a map?
Thunderspire Mountain. Do you know where that is?
I think that's where I stole my thunder.
Surely you can't miss it. Simply travel along King's Road to the east, and from Fallcrest head northeast. It's between Fallcrest and Hammerfast. I believe it to be the largest of the old hills.
Yes, well, I'm sure we can't miss it, and if we're not sure, we'll ask some locals. Very well. I cannot abide kidnapping and slavery. Messing around with graves isn't a big deal, though.
What? Winter leans in real close to Coltaine and he says, "Rekoj is good people."
You're right. And for Rekoj's sake and his friend the blacksmith, we need to rescue these people. Or at the very least, kill a bunch of Bloodreavers and potentially not rescue anyone.
I'll settle for just a blacksmith.
Yeah, I think I would settle for him. Oh, and maybe Lord Padraig.
Right, and Lord Padraig. Good man. He had a nice diamond in his sword.
And
What a
the
waste.
bartender.
Wait, there's a bartender?
Normally, we would have been able to hold the walls of Winterhaven, but with only 6 of our Winterhaven regulars left, we simply couldn't, even with the aid of Lord Padraig. In the battle, Rond Kelfem, the captain of the regulars, he tried his best. Fortunately, he was captured and not killed.
Well, time's a wasting. Winter gives the sister a quick up-down look, nods at her.
What,
walks
checking her
the
out?
door. Maybe.
You have already done a great service for Winterhaven. I cannot thank you enough.
You're right. But you'll have to thank us again after we rescue your people. Come on, everyone. It's time to get back to the road. Unless there's other important information you have, sister.
She nods her... Actually, I don't know if I can get through this without laughing. But, I'll try. So, she looks at you with an air of utmost gravity, and says, I only know that within Thunderspire Mountain is a settlement that goes by the name of the Seven-Pillared Hall. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. You must be cautious.
There's not a guy named Hall who has 7 pillars, is it?
Very well. We understand. I like your vocabulary. Now, let's be off.
Quick, before I pull out any more Star Wars references. So you guys leave the temple. As you're exiting, the crowd starts to part to let you pass, but you can hear them. They're still giving you some traffic, and they're all of them are asking if you're gonna help.
So Coltaine stops, and then he calls out in as loud a voice as he can. Fear not, people of Winterhaven. We, your heroes, depart now to rescue your captured friends, family, and friends.
The crowd lets out a mighty cheer and begin hoisting the Drogans up on their shoulders and marching them toward the gates, while simultaneously giving you cheers, hip hip huzzah, and fist pumping.
Wait, they're fist pumping at us? Like, while they're like...
No! They're not fist pumping you, but obviously the people not holding you, or holding you with just one hand, are thrusting their fists into the air as they shout hip hip huzzah.
Okay, that's better.
Yes, you are not being fisted.
For the record, Winter's very uncomfortable with this. He has a grimace.
So, anything before you guys head off to Thunderspire Mountain?
I guess I'll buy another two more sun rods. CJ, do you have the price listings for everything?
Sure. That's 10 gold pieces for a sunrod.
Thanks, Bob.
Seriously? 10 gold?
Nah, it's 2.
Well, 10 for you.
What's your charisma? Actually, it's probably good, never mind.
Me, it's 15.
Did I say charisma? I meant dexterity. That's what influences the price of things you try to buy.
13.
Did I say dexterity? I meant how tall you are.
Ah.
It's a cruel, cruel world. I don't suppose they sell, like, health potions around here? That seems like a kind of magical stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you can, maybe not in Winterhaven, but in Fallcrest, you happen through a market day, or through your time in Harkenwall, at some point or another you would have been able to buy a couple healing potions. How many did you want to buy?
I don't know. How about, like, 5?
Sure.
Wait, how much do they
And their
cost?
prices...
Are they 50 gold?
That's what I seem to recall, but I'm looking into it.
Maybe less than 5.
Does anyone else want to buy any healing potions? Or pitch in to buy the healing potions?
No.
Because you
How much
know,
are
if it's
they
going to
again?
be Coltaine, he's going to end up using them on your sorry asses.
He's just gonna keep them for himself. Oh no, Winter's bleeding to death, but... Oh, man, I stubbed my toe.
Yeah, they're 50 gold pieces. And again, a healing potion spends one of your healing surges, but instead of getting your surge value back, you instead heal 10 hit points.
Wow, that's actually better than my thing right now. My surge value is only 9. I'm gonna buy one.
Okay, I'm gonna buy...
Well, that wasn't meant to be a sales pitch, but hey, sure.
I think Coltaine's just gonna buy 2, since he's a miser.
Oh wait, I forgot that we now have Rhekd in the party, so no one will die ever. Battles will just take twice as long.
Fine by me. You never know when you need a healing potion, though.
I'll chip in 50 and have Coltaine buy one just in case I need it.
Well, I mean, you can carry it on yourself. This way, Coltaine can just grab it out of your... I mean... Coltaine doesn't have to hold all the healing potions.
Inventory.
Okay. That's fine.
CJ, I'll also buy 50 feet of silk rope. Do they still have that?
You can absolutely purchase silk rope. 10 gold pieces.
Oh, this is a mountain,
Really?
right?
That expensive?
Page 222 of the player's handbook, if you don't believe me. No, sorry, did I say
Alright.
50? I meant 10. Did I say 50
10.
or 10?
You said 10. I was still surprised it was 10, but whatever.
A hemp rope is 1 gold piece.
It says silk is 10 here. Should I get a climber's kit? Like, I already have a grappling hook, but bonus climber's kit. It is a mountain. You might need some pitons.
You know, all it does is give you like a +2 bonus to your climbing check.
Hey man,
think
I'm
if
a
the-
dwarf.
Pitons?
I think you have to say that you're actually using the climber's kit as well. I could be
Yeah,
wrong
and you have
on
to
that.
like get it out and use and stuff. It could come in handy though. There might be a situation where you can't climb if you don't have a climbing kit.
Pitons. Okay, I'm gonna get a climber's kit.
Anyway, let's go.
So you travel east along King's Road to the city of Fallcrest. From there, you take the northeastern path. Amidst a wilderness of pine forests and rocky hills, you can see one pinnacle of an impossibly tall mountain standing out.
The height of that mountain's impossible.
I wonder if there's someone there who can tell us where this Thunderspire is.
So this is it on the map. Very depressingly depicted as a triangle of sorts.
Well, it's taller than the hills.
It's just a very unusual mountain shape to draw.
Is it like a volcanic style mountain, or is it more of a tectonic?
It pretty much has to be.
Yeah,
Or
that's like a
magic
hot
mountain.
spot right there.
Well, let's see. Like we've got like this mountain range here on the right, so that must be like some plate meeting, right?
Well, you know that there are also volcanoes sometimes where the plates meet, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Also, Thunderspire would lead you to believe a certain volcanicness, possibly from the the storms that come from an eruption, like possibly sometime in the past. I don't know if it's active now, but it could have erupted, and you got the explosion and the lightning and the thunder.
Depressingly, no. The name for the mountain becomes quite apparent as you travel the cobbled path that leads from the trade road up the side of the mountain. You see a swirling thunderhead of black clouds, rumbling thunder, and bright flashes of lightning that are obscuring the peak of the mountain ahead of you.
That's not natural.
This is just a hunch, but I'm guessing it's been like that for a long time.
Feels like bad guys to me. Winter attacks the mountain.
Twin strike. Do there appear to be any people around this mountain?
It is quite desolate.
Have we passed anyone close on the road? Possibly even at Fallcrest?
You've definitely encountered people in Fallcrest, and while traveling King's Road, it's a fairly well-traveled road, so yeah, you would have run into people. Are there any questions you'd have asked people?
Do they know anything about the Thunderspire and groups of possibly slavers?
So asking about Thunderspire, asking about the slavers. With regards to slavers, you do hear people do seem to have some information, but not as much as you have. There are rumors going about of slavers that marauded or raided the countryside and took captives. You feel as though the story has started to grow out of proportion, as they say hundreds and hundreds of people have been captured. Entire villages have been captured and taken into slavery.
I'm scared, I changed my mind, let's go home.
As for Thunderspire Mountain, there is...
like rumors.
Well, there are trade caravans that go in and out. Not too often, but at least once a week. There is definitely a community in there. You hear something of a labyrinth, ancient Minotaur ruins. Within the Vale, I'm thinking, given that it's unlikely that Winter would have mingled with people in the city, he in fact ran into some people that live in the Vale by the mountain. Shepherds, woodcutters, trappers. So he could have gotten this information from them, or also people on the road.
Well, hopefully Glorious later would have asked some questions too.
Oh yeah, just ask the same questions that you would have asked if you mingled with people. Got the same information.
An older gentleman tells you about the ruins of Rond Kelfem, which is some ancient Minotaur city. But that doesn't seem to have too much to do with your problem. He just seems to want to talk.
Oh, that's nice. Rond Kelfem.
Alright, well in that case, before they enter into the mountain and its community, I think Coltaine's gonna put his armor on, in preparation for people not liking him. Or his friends. Friends, sorry. His companions. And he looks around, he says, unless anyone has any objections, let's go in there and start asking questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the Drogans begin to walk the 4-mile road that winds its way up the mountain and to a gate. And the closer you get to this gate, the more you realize just how massive it is until you finally come to it. And it's this, sorry, not a gate, but it's a 50-foot tall stone archway just hewn out of the mountainside, and a towering minotaur statue stands on each side of the entrance, glowering down at you.
Is this statue on a dais?
Do we know anything about minotaurs? Have we ever heard of them before?
I'm
Like,
sure
do we
you know what a
recognize it?
minotaur is.
Okay. So it's not just, oh my god, what is that statue depicting? A cow? Ludicrous.
These are some very creative individuals living in this place.
There's the beginning of the furry movement.
Is the gate closed?
In fact, I misspoke. It's not a gate. It's just a gaping maw. And beyond it, there's a road or a tunnel into the mountain, sloping downward.
Winter would like to check around to see if anyone's watching them before they go in.
Roll a spot check.
While he's doing that, Coltaine looks at Rhekd and says, I assume you'll be at home in the mountain, under the mountain. That's what dwarves do, right?
Make a
You
perception check and get a
perceive
25.
everything.
Sorry, what did you get?
I make a perception check and get a 25.
Wintier scours the countryside up and down. Does not spot any spies.
Guys, there's no spies. From my eyes to my thighs.
You should have ended with, I surmise.
By the bys, I surmise there be no spies with my eyes down to my thighs. Not girls, nor guys, nor little flies.
I don't want to know how you surmise with what's above your thighs but below your eyes.